This is a tequeño. We take a piece of cheese, queso blanco, which we have here, as you can see. We have a bunch of pieces of queso blanco. These are paisa cheese. We cut them about this size. As you can see, different ones. And what I like to do is I like to sprinkle them with a little bit of salt, because this cheese is not as salty as the cheese in Venezuela, the queso blanco in Venezuela. So I always put a little bit of salt on it, and then just let them kind of sit there in a dish. And then the next thing I do, as I roll them up, I put them on a little plate, oops, like so, and let them sit. And then when we're done, we'll be frying them up. So here's how you roll it out. You get your dough, and you're going to keep rolling until it's really, really thin and quite large in size, if you can get it that way. So normally you're going to have this all rolled out into like a kind of a big square, but here we are sort of towards the end, so I just want to show you. We're going to take and we're going to score it about like that. Now as you get smaller, you don't have as long of a piece. You're going to probably want to make it a little bit thicker because you're going to run out of dough. At this point we could probably take this and just put it aside, and then we'll take the rest that's left over and re-roll it out again. So you take a piece of cheese. Here's a piece of queso blanco. You stick it down here. You kind of cover the tip. So you can see I'm covering the tip here. And then you start rolling it on top of itself. And as you get the tip covered, then you want to then roll at an angle, like so. As you can see, we're rolling an angle. See that? Keep going. When you get near the end, you pick it up. Get the little extra here. You can kind of fold the top down under. Just kind of cover that over. Or you can just cut that little piece off here and just use it for the next time you roll up some of the dough. So cover the tip, like so. Make sure your tip is good and covered, or that cheese will creep out of there when you start frying it. You kind of pinch it a little bit. Sometimes you might even give it a little bit of a squeeze all that together so the pieces don't come apart. And that's a tequeño right there. Now we're going to fry the tequeños. As you can see, we've got all of our tequeños made, waiting to be fried. And over here, we've got some oil heating up. And when it gets to about 350 degrees, we're going to start throwing in our tequeños and frying them. We usually cook about 5 or 6 at a time, so we don't crowd the pan. And we wait till they turn a golden brown. Generally, the cheese will start melting and coming out of the tequeño before that time, but we'll try to see how good we can do. You can see the tequeños. As they turn golden brown, you will start to hear some popping, and that indicates that the cheese is escaping, coming out of the cheese, coming out of the tequeño. So we try to keep them golden brown, and at that point we will actually remove them and put them. You can hear the cheese is now starting to come out. Find the one that has the cheese. See right here, this one? You can see that the cheese is starting to come out. Oops. See right there? So you want to make sure you get those out, or else, otherwise the cheese will melt into the water, into the oil, and you don't want that. So I would say that these are all pretty much ready to go. What I like to do is I will throw in a couple more here. And what I like to do while they're still hot is I like to put a little bit of salt on them while they're cooling off here. Take a little bit of kosher salt. Just kind of. As you can see here, here is a tequeño. There's a little bit of cheese coming out, as you can see. Very delicious.